how many people do you know that can make a living off playing a game? Well, many people think it's impossible. From an early young age, you see little kids being denied that you can't be playing a game, you're not going to make anything with your life. So many people condemn them from playing games. But in my recent research, I've been seeing that playing a game, such as poker, one of my favorites, is one of the best you can make a living playing game on. Many people regard it as a simple waste of time, that it's a game that will never really make you anything in life. But few poker players have made millions playing this game. Here's some steps in learning on how to become a poker player. The first one, learn the games to the roll. Many people think that poker is a very simple game, but it's kind of complicated in some moments. Learning to play with discipline and patience is also another way. Be observant of others is also a way you can learn how to play the game, because reading your player is very important in this fact. Only takes to also taking risks in your financial circumstances can also see how you can manage your way of playing poker. The richer you are, the easier it would be, of course. Let's go into more detail regarding the steps it takes in learning how to play the game. Learning the rules of the game comes first. Knowing the hands from weakest to strongest is essential, like in any other game. Remember, the hands that are most likely to win is going to give you the better probability of having won the game in total. Power of the cards. The basics of the game starts with knowing that the ace is the highest card and that the 2 is the lowest card in any game. Combining the cards to make the best combos for most effective hands are really essential in playing the game. Learning the cards and their combinations isn't the only thing one has to know about being a poker player. The next step is learning to play with discipline and patience. This stage is when you are preparing yourself on how to handle certain circumstances. When placing a bet, you have to have a strong hand and it will be hard to resist. But many times, you will actually give out information you don't want to when having a strong hand. Many people believe that when having a strong hand, it should be played with cautious. This is killing me. Sorry. So, when placing a bet, you must have one of the strongest hands possible to be the most possibility of winning that hand. Many people try with lower ranking hands, such as 2s, 3s, or 4s, to try to beat the higher ranking cards sometimes in the hand. In this experience, as you can see here, some of the cards, such as combos, 3 of a kind, can be beaten by a straight. But other players, such as experienced more players, can have a 2 pair and seem to have a better hand than that of 3 of a kind, and by betting and forcing a larger amount of the bet. Don't let pressure or stress be a factor in your gameplay. Always maintain a calm and relaxed mind, and remember to meditate and having the best control in your play. As you learn to control your feelings, you begin to grasp the game a lot sooner, and then manage a lot better your finances. After preparing yourself mentally, you have to focus on others in the game. After preparing yourself, you have to look at how they play, and manage how to complete your game style with theirs, and beating them. Many people have tells, such as being very protective with their cards and having their hands over them while after getting dealt. This usually signifies that they have a strong hand and that they have most likely have a lot better chance to beat it. A person's behavior patterns often reveal the information of a player's actions in the near future of the game. They might have a hand that they won, and they did a particular set of hand movements that signifies that they had the hand won. Or a gesture such as a nod or very precautionary measures to see that they have a lower ranking hand. Playing the cards of your opponent is just as important as playing your own. How your opponent's bet often shows in the stack of your players. When they have a disorganized stack, many people see that they might have been bluffed. They might be more of a bluffing person, so that you might want to have called their bets either regarding that you have a better hand or not. Usually, players that tend to have a more organized stack are tighter players that will not bet as many wide variety of hands. Another key thing to remember is usually recognizing the facial expressions of the other person. Since that current phrase that says actions speak louder than words. If they face away from the table before or after betting, after just as a blank star, usually signify stronger hands, since they are trying to act more naturally and hide behind that appearance. After focusing your attention on others comes some potential phase. One of the final stages of becoming a poker player is the potential phase. This is where you can calculate the risks of winning and losing. Knowing how much you bet on a certain hand can either mean you win or lose it. Calculating how much financial risk is always a sketchy topic, but when you're going to spend your money having fun, you might as well just use it making more money to yourself playing a simple game such as poker. To summarize on how to become a better poker player, here are some key steps. Usually when you have a lower ranking hand, it doesn't mean you're going to lose a hand, such as a 2-pair. That can be outbetted by a 3 of a kind sometimes from the other person. So be consistent on how you bet your hands. So in conclusion, these are the basic steps of learning how the game works for you. Learn the rules of the game. Learn to play with discipline and patience. Be observant of others at all times, even though you're not in the hand. Only take the risks that your financial circumstances permit. And by better understanding on how the poker game works, it can be more beneficial to you. So every time you do play poker, remember these key phrases, okay? On how to play. And this is my audience. Thank you very much.